What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Um, how's everybody doing? Put this chat over here so I can have a little bit more, be able to look at you guys. What's up? What's up? What's up? Um, I don't know. Like, okay, I hope my mic isn't peaking. I was watching my playback from last time and I saw that it was peaking. What's up, guys? What's up? It is motherfucking hot, and let's go ahead and turn this fucking music on. Get it cracking. Hey, I am proud of Vegeta. He is actually going to finish some artwork. He has the base colors down. Yay! So yeah, yeah. I just, all right. I think I owe you guys something. I've been MIA from the internet for about a week, and basically, I just didn't feel like streaming for a week. I know. I have people that help support me. By the way, if you actually want to help support the channel, you actually see the donation link right above me. But I I really haven't been feeling like doing any streams. And I know if you come to my channel to watch for the political streams, it's one of those things where it's just like, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I really want to be able to provide you guys with the political streams, but like sometimes I just get tired as fuck. And I'm sorry about that. It's one of those things where it's just like always going on the news sometimes is depressing. And I've actually been busy. I have actually been busy. So I originally, and let me see if I can actually bring this out. So I originally have been well, let's switch to the new screen, shall we? There we go. I originally had been working on somebody who literally was trying to actually do a new, I guess you would say, kind of a adult activity book, and they gave me some pictures to work on. And starting like last Friday, I was working on this. And as you can see, I actually got the line work done really well. I literally have, like, let's see, the sharpness. There we go. Got the line work done really well, and I just had to color it. And basically, it fell through. So the project was canceled. So yeah, that kind of inspired me to do other work. Now, what other work did I do? Well, I actually started doing character sheets. And if you've watched my channel for a while, you actually know character sheets, character diagrams. Basically, I had started working on the Guardians. Now this is the second and final draft, and if you actually guys know that I've actually been missing one of the Guardians. So that's what I want to actually do today. I want to actually take the time, get the color on all of these, and just do a character sheet. So that's what I'm actually doing today. I actually have to work on roles, and if you guys remember the 2-camera setup, we're going to be doing a 2-camera setup today. And while I'm actually doing it, of course I'm going to be talking and chatting. Shit. It's just one of those things where it's just, I really want to take the time and like this is what I wanted to be doing during my year of working at home. Now I'm not gonna say I hadn't been doing art. I hadn't been doing working on art. As you guys see that there is in my background, there are a lot of art that I've been working on. But it's just one of those things where it's just like I've been doing more and more and more. Oh no, it's oh, you have no idea of like the amount of red is gonna be in those drawings. This is just I should say my coloring scheme. I just have a great coloring scheme. If I say so myself, I did change a little bit, but yeah, I have a great coloring scheme. But shit, I just been really focusing on like, yeah, politics is fun and I like being able to change people's mind, but like I really want to work on doing more artistic stuff, especially since I have more time at home. But with, you know, the pandemic happening, it's one of those things where it's just yeah, it kind of not even sidetrack me, because like even though I don't get on and do my art, because I do a lot of art that's more risque. I haven't taken the time recently to do streams like this with you guys. And you know, one of those things, it's one of those things that I miss. I had really thought about I really had thought about kind of like branching off another channel for this, but I only have 572 subscribers, right? What do I look like branching off even more? I know it probably helped the algorithm, but like, you guys know what this channel is about. It's about gaming, politics, and art. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, if you haven't went on it, like if you haven't followed me on Twitch, please, if you can, follow me on Twitch. Hold on. Yeah, if you haven't done so yet, follow me on Twitch. That actually helps me out a lot. If you actually follow me on Twitch, it actually helps out a lot if you watch me on Twitch too. I know not everybody likes Twitch, I know, but that actually helps out. That actually helps out a lot more than what people think it does, because there is where I'm trying to actually go to do a little bit more. I'm trying to actually grow a little bit more, so I can get at least some sort of monetization. Yeah, I know you hate Twitch. I know you hate Twitch with a passion. Although, if you're following somebody on Twitch, you can actually use their emotes in different channels. That's something that my daughter like brought to my attention. All right, one criticism you always can lay down on me is that when I do draw women, they usually have big breasts. It's out of habit, and like, I like looking at big breasts. And I've tried to deviate from that body type. So like, yeah, It's not always, but it's one of those things that it's a fucking thing with my art. And I think I actually like um, the better computer that I have. I think this is the first art streams I've done since I've had the better computer. I'm sorry, like even like it's one of those things that, like, yeah, they are very sexy, and it's like, even if I like, the funny part about it is like, so being a sapiosexual, like, I really like women who I can have interesting and thoughtful and intelligent conversations with, but I still like looking at titties. I just I like I don't I and it's sad because it's like, it's one of those things where it's just like, not even that I'm ashamed about it, because, like, of course I actually respect, I do actually respect intelligent people, and that doesn't mean just book smart. It's just one of those things where it's just like, it's, yeah, like, if you are a woman that has something intelligent to say and you got tig old bitties, like, yay, like, it's like Goku and Chi Chi. And no, I get, like, in some words, Chi Chi is a pun for, like, urination and defecation, but, like, the pun for that one is just like, the pun for her name is titties. And you know what? The thing about it is, like, all of the Guardian characters, like, this is one of the things that I have to work on. In my head, they all have type of a character. They have their own particular character. But me actually having to draw them like this in, like, a character spreadsheet is one of those things that just, like, pisses me off, because it's like you not showing their attitude and who they are in just a character sheet. Like, you can do it somewhat in their style of dress, but it's just never the same. Oh shit. So what I'm actually using to keep it going, to actually start the sketch, with my basic sketch, is actually just a dollar store version of sketching pad. And it's just one of those things where it's just like, I actually use a lot of cheap utensils. Like, this is a dollar store mechanical pencil, and I always come back and kind of clean it up. One of the things that I did do is, with the characters, I actually gave them dominant hands. So if you actually go back through this, um, Daisy, or Arcturus, is basically, she's ambidextrous. She actually doesn't use any melee weapons. She's spellcaster. Like, her weapon is magic. You actually have Lily. She's actually predominantly left-handed, so that's why you see the weapon in her left hand and the shield on her right. And you actually have Lotus. She's actually a little bit more ambidextrous, but most of her weapons that she actually uses, she gears towards the right, but she's mostly ambidextrous. And then of course I'm gonna actually clean this up in a little bit, but like, yeah. One of the things I've always struggled with, never like the hands. Once I learned how to do hands are actually pretty fucking easy. But forearms, forearms would like piss me off sometimes, boy. I pretty much learned how to do hands relatively easy. And if you're watching the stream, guys, please hit that like button to that stream. Like, yeah, like that actually helps me out a lot. And let me just go ahead and put this. Um, thing is a little bit wide right there. Of course, I'm gonna come back through and like kind of like clean it up. Hands a little bit too wide. Starting to look more and more vaguely like a human shape, not just some twisted stick figure. By the way, if you're looking for somebody to do commissions, thank you, Rails. If you're looking for commissions, I actually do commissions. You can actually message me on directly in my Discord or Twitter. I also have an Etsy store where you can actually buy my art directly, um, or directly, where if there's some pieces that I've already done, and you actually like, you can actually go and buy those. Go and buy those there. I partner with like Printify, but I I haven't really looked into them well. It's one of those things where it's just like, of course, I know I actually got them for when I need orders filled and people want to actually buy something. So yeah. Kind of straighten this shit out. like, all right. I know they said it was E3 this weekend, but it seems like E3 has kind of lost its appeal to me. I haven't been paying attention like I used to in years past. I remember when E3 was on G4, like I think I paid a lot more attention then. I got sort of a pleated skirt on this on Rose, but it's never. It's like it's one of those things where it's like she wears a pleated skirt, but it's because like she's supposed to be um, what do I call her? Um, nature cosmetic. Like she can help control nature. Like I wanted to have her just like, and you guys will see in the final color why I named her Rose. I think when I originally created this character, so the story behind Rose was I originally created the character because like I was just experimenting with like a body pose, and what happened was she just naturally came to fruition after I was like thinking like what's the next picture out of this whole out of a pose that I was doing for Lotus. Yeah, like almost like a druid, but like yeah, a druid, not a druid, a ranger. So I guess you could say she's a druid ranger because she's an archer. And one of the things that also ties into her rangerness, I guess you can say rangerness, is she actually has um, a fucking big ass knife. She has a big ass knife. Well, this is a knife. Like, that's not a knife. That's not a knife. But this is a knife. Let's work on this hand again, because like I wasn't happy with it last time. Yeah, like they were actually meant to be like joke characters, and then like I got to my graphic novel, was like, let's have a tragic backstory in it, and it's like my heart wasn't in it to do it, but like the comedy was gonna still be there. And like the arms I know are just so fucking long. So one of the things that I always wanted to do with my characters, like I wanted to always make them sexual without being exploitative. Even the more adult art that I do, I wanted them to actually be more of a, yeah, of course Craig is perfect. I wanted them to be more of a tantalizing versus just like out and out like sex appeal, because I find that shit just like demeaning. And what I mean by that is like, I guess I personally don't want a sex toy. No, like dude, like I hear a lot of people actually talking about, oh, the woman needs to be this, the woman needs to be that, which basically amounts to a living sex toy. And I just don't understand that. I've never understood that with a lot of these guys. They want their women to be sex toys. And it's just disturbing to me in some kind of way. Not in some kind of way, but it is disturbing to me. That you kind of don't want a woman. You just want a life support system for reproductive. And that is it's kind of terrifying, because like if you haven't explored yourself enough to know, like you don't, like, I don't know, it's just terrifying to me that somebody would just be that way. Ha ha ha. Yeah, you want to. I saw your little Instagram post about the flag. And you know what, Rails, I don't know about like having like I actually have a character I created called the Wanderer, and he's just like a guy in a fucking trench coat. Like, I guess I know a lot of people actually like. I'm stuck between where I know how to create a character that actually drives like that actually kind of like be a character in the way they present themselves, the way they pose, the way they are. But when it comes to like the full story, and I think it's because I have so much shit going on in my life where I'm trying to accomplish so much. Like I'm trying to get 1,000 people on YouTube. I'm trying to get more and more people to follow me and watch me on Twitch, and of course work. Like it's a lot of stuff that I try to do, and it's like when I just sit back and not have to think about a character, I can create a character in a minute. Like I want to actually work with like some people to actually work more on characters that I have, ideas that I have for characters. Um, so like I don't know. I put the call out to a few of people I know that are like amateur authors, and one person actually said that they would love to be able to help with the character. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I'll not that I don't trust what they're gonna do, but it's just like they also have so much on their plate. Like I'm not holding my breath on like my dream of actually creating or talking about it or you know creating or proceeding with it. I'm gonna proceed one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how I do a lot of my life. Yeah, like that's the thing. I'm actually really good with people and creating the people, but when it comes to background is just like it's something I don't practice much. I've actually started to force myself to do more. I force myself to do more background in my drawings, and that's actually helped open up a lot of stuff. But when it comes down to it, it's just like I'm not a background artist. That's the funny thing about it. So if anybody knows who Ty Kubo is, the guy who did Bleach, like he's just like this awesome character artist, but like his backgrounds, unless he's focused on the shit, kind of sucks. All right, this arm is a little wonky. I'll fix it in a minute, or I fix it when I actually transfer it. All right. Like one of the things that I find that I still have to do, and like I guess this is just a total noob thing, but I still have to like do the yeah, yeah. Hey, if you haven't done so, if you're in the YouTube chat, um go ahead and join my Discord. My Discord, Crimson's Den of Madness. Um, there you can actually see you can actually see some of the other art that we have, the other artists that we have. We have Kat. Now that I've actually evoked her name, hopefully she can come in and like in the chat and start talking about her art. We have Vegeta. Yeah, it's actually in the description. It should be in the description of my Is it in the description of my YouTube channel? Hold on. Yeah, it's in my Discord. It's in the Discord. I mean, it's in the description on the YouTube channel. I'm trying to remember, does she have bangs or not? God damn it. It's been so long since I've drawn her. Alright. Kinda lost here. No, that's not it. Ah, it's over there. I forget if it's swooping or if it's just bangs. Cause I know that should be better. Did my music stop? Looks like my music stopped. Oh well, I guess that's the thing. Let me try something right quick. Well, I guess it stopped for me. You guys can hear it, but oh well. Oh, I did have it swooping. I thought as much. Yes. Thank you, Reels. Thank you. All right, her hair. Her head is not that fucking big. There we go. But one of the things that she does actually have is a fucking, like, she has basically she's actually close to an elf, and she has this long ass ponytail. So it just cuts off right here. So one of the things that I learned how to do, like, I learned how to make a braid in the ponytail, and that shit was like one of the things, like, that's one of those things where you learn how to do an art, and you was like, oh shit, now I have this skill. Let me try to motherfucking put it to use. Like, if you have a skill that you learn and you actually just put it to use, like, oh shit, like, yeah, let's put that motherfucking skill to use. So, like, if I can get away with a character doing a ponytail, I fucking do a ponytail. By the way, somebody asked me once why I use a paintbrush. So I use a paintbrush really to, like, I erase a lot, so I use it to, like, get the shit that I need to get off. So I pretty much got everything. I do want to one day we're gonna actually get Vegeta to get on stream and, like, while he's drawing. Now, this is actually important about her, like, God, I always had this weird shape for a fucking knife. Alright, and I gotta clean that up because I know the knife shape. Okay, so if you guys want to see what the knife shape actually looks like, the knife shape looks like this. So it's pretty straight edge, and it's got like a serrated, not serrated, fuck, you know what I mean, a clip in the back. So if you ever watch those knife making videos online or sword making, you actually see some of them have like a little hook right there. That's kind of where I got the idea from. And of course, she is the archer. Now I'm just eyeballing this because I never wanted her to be like just because if I was doing geometric shapes, it'd be a lot different. You got a cam? Oh shit! Oh, Vegeta got a webcam now. Ironically, guys, I okay. So funny story, right? Funny story is that my job actually got us webcams. I know. They actually got us webcams. And I hope they don't want me to plug that shit in like while I'm working. Cause man, you know what? Here's the thing. One, they lucky I ain't pulled that motherfucker out because it's a Microsoft webcam, so it's actually pretty decent. And it's a motherfucking, it's high res. So they lucky I ain't pulled that motherfucker out to use it for y'all motherfuckers. Two, like they don't want me to turn that shit on while I'm working. They don't. Half the time when I'm at work, especially in the morning, especially after I done rode my bike, I'm actually like doing most of my work from home shirtless. I am literally at home at work shirtless. That shit is awesome. Yeah, no, or that's all I'm gonna say. I am doing my work. I am doing the work that they're paying me for. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. All right. Hey. We did the rough draft. Let's actually kind of clean this up. And if you guys notice, I actually use a light pad. And yes, I am an artist, a for real artist that actually uses a light pad. And you wanna know why I use an art pad? It's because one, I want crisper looking lines. Two, like, because I don't actually have digital equipment, I'm all analog. The only time I use a computer is when I'm scanning it in the computer to upload, or like now I'm streaming. Yeah, no, I'm 100% analog. Even when it comes to like color, I'm traditional. Actually, to be honest with you guys, I do more of my art with just inexpensive. That's what we're gonna call it. Inexpensive tool. It's one of those things where it's just like, yeah, it's inexpensive. Maybe it's my headphones. Come on, guys. All right, let's go. Let's start at the top. All right. See you later, Rel. Sorry if I'm seeing a little bit quiet, guys. It's really just me trying to make sure I follow the lines like I set them out. This, and then I'm gonna go back to that hand, do a little trick that this light pad actually allows me. And even though I've actually have my sketch that I wanted to do, and I'm trying to closely follow that line, you actually see me trying to clean up some of the shit that I was already doing. And I know the people who come to my channel and hate watching me you also want to think I was also thinking mixing that harmony needs work. Oh yeah, sure. No, that is something that we can actually do after the stream. Actually, since my music isn't working for me, I might just hop in voice chat right now. Hold on, actually, yeah, let me go ahead and do that shit right now. Let me finish this one sketch, and then I can get into the colors. The coloring is one of those things where it takes effort, but not as much as following lines. Because if I'm not good on a line, on a color, I can always kind of blend it. But if I'm not good on a line, it actually looks fucked up. I think I'm major. My mama knew I was the one. 2 days in labor. They call my workload insanity. I call it favor. Let the road take you where you wanna go. The thing about it is, I'm using this. It seems like this. The audio is bugged as shit, right? Because I'm using an extension, and the extension, it's built in for OBS. But it seems like the extension still has some bugs in it. Actually, all right. Shit. Got everything but this one part of her leg. All right, let's do the bow. Kind of want to give it a round guard. Kind of put it too flat last time. All right, there she goes. Kind of put this on a second. Yeah, nah, for real. Yeah, I thought she might need the leg. I thought she may. All right, all right. Let's do this. Let's do this. And let's actually turn the fucking music off because it's not playing. Um, please don't tell me that's all that was. Let's see something. Nope, wasn't playing from me.
What's up?
What's up? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Oh yeah, I hear you too. All right, you gonna stream? Don't say nothing bad. Shh,
I
you
just gotta
can't
mute. I
cuss.
just gotta mute the. Fuck.
God damn it.
Yeah. I had to mute up the stream, so I'm not hearing you double time. Let me get my screen shared so you can see what I'm working on. And let's put on the webcam. You can see my $99 thrown at fucking Amazon.
Motherfucker, of course, like everybody, you can donate to the stream. Oh, what's up, man?
Oh, I'm good. Over here eating some blueberry vegan yogurt.
All right, story time. Um, I get my daughter every other Saturday.
All right.
Now, of course, like I love beans and rice. I'm not gonna lie, I love beans and rice. Rice,
What kind of beans?
red beans, of course.
All right. That's the correct answer.
So I normally use chicken broth and smoked turkey tails. A little bit healthier than ham hocks that a lot of other motherfuckers use. But of course, I'm cooking it for my daughter who's vegan. So I get the vegetable chicken, not chicken broth, the vegetable broth, and I use other shit like onion soup mix, garlic.
You gotta get some onion powder in there.
Uh,
If you mix together, look, if you get a mixture of paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, throw some adobo in there, and some, dressed paprika already, and a little bit of turmeric, and you get a nice flavor in there.
but see, I use minced garlic.
I use both garlic powder and garlic cloves because tasty.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes your taste and stuff you like to put in your mouth or on your mouth, like I have to question it sometimes.
If this is about the old ladies again, I'm gonna have to ask you to mind your business.
I should have used a smaller marker for this one for her eyes. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, man. I like I said, like haven't been streaming lately because I really been just like into my art, and I'm not as flexible as I once was, where I can actually do art one day, do politics the next day. Um, Politics are really pissing me off.
Understandably.
Like it's just so much shit. It's just like, do fucking Democrats want to win in 2020 too?
I was funnily enough, I was speaking earlier today, just a few hours ago. I was in a fucking voice chat with people from other countries, and it was great to hear just how much worse, in comparison to the rest of the world, our political parties are. than I thought. Like one of these dudes from Norway, and basically the way he described their mainstream right wing party was more left than our Democrats.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the
And
shit that pisses me off.
and then there was a Canadian dude, and he was like, that for them, like they're like, it's it's not as fucking beautiful as the Norwegian guy described his, but still, hearing someone from the inside describe it was like, this just makes me jealous. Like shit, if our right wingers were like the right wingers over in Norway, we would actually get some shit done. And that is upsetting. If the conservatives over there are more progressive than our left leaning party, then we are doing too much wrong.
It's that two-party system, man. That duopoly. It's that like it's the whole thing of because like Woodrow Wilson fucked up politics so fucking much, and I learned this from like watching a guy called Cynical History. Woodrow Wilson, he was never supposed to be president, and because he fucked up politics so much, they created the first past the post. So yeah, thanks Wilson. And then like that shit, oh god, like it was a video that just came out with fucking Kamala Harris, where she's in Ecuador talking about don't come, and I'm thinking like,
Yep.
chick, we broke they countries. You telling them don't come for? We broke they shit. But I'm drawing a very very spicy, very very dipsy, kind of like scary, psychotic. Imagine that's the best way to describe this character. Imagine somebody that is has the intelligence of Poison Ivy, but seems as
Mm.
crazy as Harley Quinn.
See, you know how I describe Craig? Imagine like your stereotypical goofy dad, but he's a bard, and he's not that good at it.
See,
Because when we made our characters, I was like, bro, if because I'm like, this is I never actually got to use the character in D&D, but I was like, if I'm gonna fucking play a role playing game, I'm gonna go full. It's gonna be full on role play. I don't give a shit about anything else. So I made this character who the prospect was he was a bard who didn't know anything about being a bard. He he can play his lute. He went to magic college for a couple of years. That was interesting, and he knows 2 spells. And he's he's got maximum strength, and he's a pretty smart guy. So like a normal bard would sit there and play the lute and do magic, and he'd just get pissed off and smash somebody with his lute. And keep in mind, this is a lute for this orc that's bigger than a bookshelf. So that's quite a hefty boy.
you know what that reminds
And I
me
thought,
of? All right, so there's a show called Kosonobo, God's blessing in this wonderful world, and this guy, you ever heard of isekai animes? Where it's like you
no,
die in the real world and you wake up in a fantasy world.
is no.
Okay, so this guy he dies in like our world, right? And they give him the opportunity to go to like a fantasy world, and like He's relatively smart, but he's a neat, basically a Japanese gaming loser. And
Damn.
so
So,
this
so he's a bit.
goddess named Aqua was like, yeah, you can take any item in this room. And so for like hours, he's pouring over the items. All have their good and all their bad, right?
Okay.
Guess what item he takes?
His computer,
Nope.
his phone,
Nope.
his sister.
No, he takes any. She says you can take anything in this room to help you.
Does he take the room?
He takes her.
Ah.
Now, she's a goddess, and it's a world that she's a god in, but she is crazy as fuck. She's like super powerful, but she's dumb as shit. She learned all of her skill spells, all of her spells that she can learn in the quote unquote world. She put them into party tricks. So you basically have this super white mage that's aqua powered. Like her name is Aqua. And the only useful skill she learned was party tricks. Now she has like her
See,
godly power, like cleanse, like heal, turn undead, and shit like that. But the other shit she can learn is party tricks. And you would,
I'm still upset I never actually got to use this character, man.
why don't you
Because
use it?
the game he was supposed to be in never happened, and I haven't gotten a group together since. So he's just kind of existed in the ether. Unfortunately, one of my friends built another character who was a fucking dwarf, who's like this, just real tiny, like 3 foot, like 3'5", to go with Craig to be a duo, and it just never happened.
I can only imagine.
Yep, and he was also a bard, but an actual bard.
Let me show you how it's done. Like,
And in the backstory, they met in Bard's College.
please don't tell me it was a kind of Matt Murdock and Foggy type situation.
It was a situation where Craig needed help learning how to play the lute with his fucking sausage fingers, so he needed help. And so he carried this man around on his shoulders because he's small and it takes him a while to get places.
Oh well. All right, so I
And
got all 4 characters. Go ahead.
yeah, and I love fleshing out characters. I made a few different characters with the assumption that we'd actually ever get to play D&D, which still to this day I never have, unfortunately.
I
But
never even.
Craig has a wife and son, so he's not on the market. Sorry, Stans.
Wait. So he's just out there adventuring.
Not only is he married with a son, but he actually runs a business. He sells loots.
So wait, how is he gonna go out there adventuring then?
Yeah, his wife's capable enough. She's a paladin. She could take care of it.
So from what I understood, like they made the orcs, they like gave them a bump to their intelligence because at first they didn't know any magic.
I didn't really care because for me I was like I'm in this for the fun, for the role play. So he's gonna be max intelligence. There's nothing you can do about it.
Also,
But despite his intelligence, he's just still not very good at magic and only knows 2 spells, one of which is useful.
see, I wanted to get into Dungeons and Dragons myself, but I just haven't picked up the rule book.
I have it. It's in here somewhere.
2, like
I have it in my
from what I was told is this: like somebody told me that I can actually do character art
Yep.
because I create characters. I'm like, don't I need to know the actual rules of the game in order to do that? Like,
Not necessarily.
but wouldn't you like? I don't know. I guess that was always my thing. Why I didn't like I do commissions, but I've never just actually wanted to do that type of commission because it's just like I felt I was like selling somebody short.
Yeah. There you go. I don't know what edition this is. I've had this for like how long now? Like 3 years, and I still have not read a word because I was not the DM. I was a player. I just bought the damn book because I had a job at the time, and nobody else did.
Yeah, that fucking working is a thing, ain't it?
Yep.
So
I offered, so it's not like they were like, man, can you get the book? I was, nah, I got it. I'm getting paid out here on these streets, so.
I have to ask, man, when are you going to start doing broadcasts or videos?
Well, well, the server where I had that political dialogue in earlier, they're trying to, the owner, she was trying to get me to do videos, and I'm like, maybe.
All right. So I'm trying to figure out which should I do first. Which character should I fucking do first? Like I even have some old shit that I really like. So, fun fact. I actually went it was about a year ago, the last time I saw like a friend of mine. And we were I went down to her house cuz she's actually in Indianapolis. I went down to her house for just to hang out. Yes, I went down to her house just to hang out. And
As one does.
and I actually brought like just like to kind of go over like some of the shit that I had. And unfortunately I left like you know I have those you know how I have the fuck, what is that? Like different animation head that I have. Like if you look at my opening, you see like the different versions of myself that I've actually drew. I left
Yep.
all of those there. And I was kind of pissed about that because like
Did she live far enough away to where it'd be a hassle to get him back?
she lives in Indianapolis and I live in Chicago.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was the thing. And it's not even the fact that she lives 2 hours away. It's the fact that both her and I work. So that's one of those things. You know what? I think I'm just gonna actually do color on each one separately because I want to get this color going. And yeah, it's about that time. Because if anything, it really helps to like make sure I can get the final look and feel of how I want the characters to be, and then from there I can actually just color it. So let me start with Lotus.
See, for me, designing Crag was easy because the way I created him was we were talking. I just started with this idea of this orc bard who's a horrible bard, but has the stats to be I don't even know, like a warrior or some shit. And then we just started shit posting. Like I made the joke was that he had a 17-inch, what was it? No, like a 17-foot cock, and because
How?
of it he had to have, don't question it, and because of it he had to have a cock sack just to fold it up, and that's why he had to wear a skirt because he can't fit in pants.
17 feet.
17 feet.
Did he like was his daddy a whale or some shit?
uh, obviously that was a joke. I've toned it down, but I'm still keeping the canon that it's too big for him to wear pants because I mean, just look at his name, Crag the Thrasher of Ass. There's got to be some truth to that name.
I mean, like at what point, like if he gets like erect, like do you use that? Like, is that like one of his special powers?
His special power is the ability to have enough blood to feed an erection.
That's 3 feet long. Like,
Well, I mean, you could see that you could see this man. He's probably got a lot of blood to spare. Look at him.
I'm just saying, like, for real. Let me just go to, because that's a visual art. Yeah.
I'm screen sharing right now. I don't know if you can.
Actually, nah, because there we go. Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
was looking
but
at his actual going into the here. I was looking at the and I guess I can't show it on screen because I'm actually streaming my YouTube on Streamlabs, but um the picture of him standing up,
yeah,
yeah, like is that a belt that he has in front of him or just another sleeve?
uh, oh, the thing dangling down, that is just another piece of cloth to cover the front.
I
That's
thought
just
that
a
was like a one of those the elephant noses.
I see where you're going, but no, the cock sack is underneath the skirt.
So he's tucking
It
it.
keeps
That
it keeps it above his knees.
he's tucking it, huh?
Hell yeah! It's either that or you can't walk. I mean, imagine trying to walk with your dick smacking you in the knees.
What do you
That'd be
mean?
pretty funny,
Imagine?
actually.
Don't that ain't that how it normally happens? Ha ha!
Oh, you and your short privileges.
Oh oh oh! Look at you. I think you need to lay down on that one because it took you a lot of brain power to figure that one out.
uh, you know what?
One of the things that I do like is as an artist, you have to fucking always do when you're creating more than one character in a set like tone or story. You literally have to be consistent with like it's one of those things that I actually trained myself to do is try to be consistent with the same art style.
No, you don't want that. There we
Like,
go.
you
See,
know what I mean?
it's easier for me to do that if I'm drawing them in quick succession, because I don't have a very consistent style. I'm always changing, either because I've learned something new or just because my brain is just changing things up. Sometimes I'll go for something that looks a bit more realistic, and sometimes I go hyper real. Sometimes I just won't at all, and I'll just start exaggerating facial features and whatnot. I'm just it's whatever I feel like at the time. Like because if you check my Instagram, because I don't even know where my old sketch pads are right now. And if you look at there's a I have a post with all the D&D, pretty much the whole party that was supposed to be in that D&D game that never happened, and they're all pretty consistent because I drew them all within the same like maybe 2 or 3 days. And I really enjoyed that because as Crag was fun, but also had a lot of fun with the other characters because I had to take what somebody else was describing to me and put a face and and energy to it and all that.
And see, I think that's what a lot of people have a hard time with artists. They have a hard time describing different things. So you drew them all for like everybody in character.
Yep. There was actually more of them that I drew, but there was quite a bit of shit posting. Like a character one of my friends made was a centaur with the body of a horse and the head of a horse,
But
but he had human fingers.
how does that work?
Because his mother was like a horse headed was a horse headed had a horse head and a human body, and his father had a horse body and a and like a human top. So they had a child who was just a horse with human fingers, and he was a thief because no one expects the horse.
Okay, okay. Y'all were literally fucking with the DM. I see. Y'all were looking to fuck with the DM. I see.
Ah, oh,
I
that's what fun's about, you know.
I see. Like y'all were like, and then you was like, well, what stat would he have to just not to get caught?
Well, forget stats. All he has is a pair of fake hooves that he slides his fingers into, and then who's gonna think that the horse stole it? He's a horse.
So did he have arms and like?
Nope, he had normal horse limbs, but he had fingers, so he could steal.
Was he bipedal? Like how did that
Nope.
work?
Normal, he was quadrupedal, and to cover up his fingers on his front legs, he had fake hooves he would slide them into, so he could pretend to be a normal horse.
That just seems like a lot of motherfucking work.
But it's hilarious and it's fun. And like it's stupid, but I mean when you're playing a fantasy game, fuck it. It's you're trying to have fun, so why not be a fucking fucking centaur minotaur hybrid who just winds up being a horse.
Would it be a minotaur at that point? Like, really? Would it be a
You know,
minotaur?
who knows? Whatever it is, it's going to steal your wallet and then it's going to leave. And there's nothing you can do about it. Because who's going to arrest a horse?
Like, yeah, sure. That horse stole my wallet. Ma'am, that's
Shut
just a
your ass
horse.
up. Ain't no horse steal your damn wallet. But I saw him. Look at him. He's guilty. Nay. All right, off to the asylum with you.
Shoot.
I also feel I don't the one thing that I've always loved about the design for Craig this is his mutton chops. Something about them just something about it I just love.
Oh my god.
It's a facial hairstyle you rarely see. I've only ever seen one person with mutton chops, and it was at the grocery store. He just kind of walked by.
Let me introduce you to the most mutton chops there is. Wolverine. He's a Marvel character.
Yeah, but he's not a real life person that I've seen out in the world. Like I've like the largest mutton chops I've ever seen. Period. Are Patrick Baboumians. Those shits are ridiculous. But I have not seen this man in real life. And when I say they're ridiculous, like the thickness of another man's beard is just on one of his cheeks.
Wait, what the hell? What?
Yeah, I'll post a picture of this man in the chat.
Let's see this.
Yeah, I'm putting it in the
I
general
tried to bring
chat.
it over to the other screen. I can't. Let's see if I can pop it
Alright.
out.
Or better yet. Yeah.
Did you want to go off camera for a second while you pop it up?
Yeah, it's. Oh. Yeah, it's. I put it in general chat.
All right, cool. Let me see. That way I don't have to pull. I don't have to pull this screen out for you. Okay, cool. Where's general chat? There it goes. This is this man's. Oh my god! What the fuck?
Yeah, each cheek is another man's beard on his face. That is
Okay.
ridiculous.
Okay, so the stream can actually see this shit. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Wrong one. Going into.
Yep.
Yeah, there we
We've
go.
reached the paradox zone.
Like,
Ugh.
here's this man's face. Like, what the fuck? Really?
Yeah.
But why though? I bet his beard smells like I bet his mutton chop smells like last week. Like, do you condition that shit? Like, I mean, like, I don't know the man. I don't know who the man is, but it's like, at what point did you just be like, yo, I want to just grow my shit like that?
He did it a few times. Yeah, he's a retired bodybuilder, or not even bodybuilder, powerlifter.
Oh, no wonder. He has the money to do that shit.
Yeah, these days he's rocking. I think he's rocking a stubble, but he used to grow his mutton chops out, and I think he grew them longer than that, and they were still just thick.
Like, oh my god, like.
Yeah. He's actually making a comic book right now.
Everybody's trying to make a comic book now. Oh my god. Speaking of graphic novel, you know who Monty Stickmin is, right?
Who?
Monty from Hannibal and Monty.
I know of him. I can't put a name, a face to the name, or a voice, or really anything, but I heard that name before.
This motherfucker got this graphic novel. The shit is actually pretty good. I know he's collaborating with somebody, but like, the artist is fucking awesome. The story from what I read about it is decent. Like, I look at other people's shit and it's like, it's never in a sense of like, oh god, like their shit is awesome and my shit is like garbage. It's like, damn, like, is there enough room for everybody to have like top of the line shit sometimes? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm a musician who listens to music from like legendary musicians for inspiration. So I'm just constantly getting flooded with fantastic shit that just makes me go, I really gotta step my game up, don't I?
It's one of those things where it's just like, fuck, like,
no,
damn it. People just have great shit out there.
Yeah, fun thing for me though is that I have no fucking idea what any of the modern musicians are doing, so I don't care. I'm comparing myself to what's established, and it's fucking fantastic. And I must learn and do better. And
Yeah, I'm not so lucky not to be able to look at not excuse me, non like things that always are coming up because like just the introduction of different things like anime, different things like different manga or different comic book panels that I pick up a lot. Like I literally pick up this shit a lot. And the fact that I see a lot of people's shit is just like it influences me. It at one point it did intimidate me just to see like other people's shit. But it's like now it's just like it sets me at a standard where it's just like shit, I have to get to a point where I feel like my shit is marketable. You know what I mean?
yeah, I'm more of the position where I know how to I have a decent idea of how to market art. In my case, music. I just got to get it to the standard where I want it to be before I can do so. And getting pretty close, but I still got to get there.
I thought you were getting together with a couple other people and y'all gonna work on like the band shit.
Yeah, we are, and we're not done yet. Uh, kind of wondering if should I do it for more of a texture? Nah, I should probably just have the beard be pretty simple. Yeah, it's probably better. Just because of what I'm going for here.
What's
Mm,
fucking with me is it's like I think one of my biggest things is with just in YouTube in general, like my art shit is that I find myself kind of keep pushing forward and it's like I always want some sort of collaboration because it sucks being in an echo chamber. I don't see how some people actually do it. Like they want to be in a place where it's just them and it's just all their own ideas, no help and shit like that. And I don't know. I've seen some people actually make it without help, but that shit is a rarity nowadays. You know what I mean?
yeah. What do you think of how I did this beard?
Let me look at it.
Yeah, I'm still streaming.
Hold on, it's supposed to be coming up.
Um, yeah, I'll stop it and start it up again.
So I see how you doing it, and like, regardless of my experience with digital art, like, right around where the top of the lip is,
Yeah. Well,
you see how it's a little bit uneven. Right, yeah,
here.
right there, yeah. And you gonna what? Highlight the do highlights in the beard like the lighter gray color.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna. Well, first, after I'm done, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill in these areas of green because I'm gonna adjust the flats because I wanted to lay down the colors before I filled in the final lines so I can get an idea of what I have because I wanted to try something different. Because when I was doing digital before, I tried doing the lines then the flats, and I wasn't feeling it, so I figured I'd try something different. And so far, I'm liking it better this way. Maybe if I hold on, and then I'm gonna add shading. I'm not sure with the beard if I'm gonna add highlights and darker patches, or if I'm gonna use this shade as the highlights and just do 2 shades darker. That's not what I want to do.
What's the
I guess
color
I'll
on top
turn
of his
around
head
to
gonna be?
his hair on his head is gonna be a lighter brown, and then he's gonna have a darker beard and eyebrows.
And see, that's one of the things that I want to actually get, like, with the digital coloring. Like, I'm pretty much locked into one thing once I start coloring.
Yeah, that's one thing that always frustrates me when I try to color a traditional piece is that if I don't if I don't like something, I'm kind of stuck with it, especially with paint. Nah, me and paint are not friends.
I'm not gonna lie,
Uh,
I don't like paint myself, so
I'm gonna adjust these eyes because they're looking a little funky as far as I'm concerned. In that little dip there.
like one of the things that I've had to learn, especially with that's 21, with markers doing marking coloring, is the fucking blending. I had to really learn blending because without blending, my shit looks flat.
Blending Blending, I mean, it's kind of a preference, either a preference or a stylistic thing with blending, because you could either blend or you could go with more of a flat kind of shading style and just have different shapes have uh the different tones, and as long as it's executed well enough, it'll read. Yeah, don't want that there. Put a dip right here. No, that's too dark. Dip right there. The fun thing about beards, which is something that is not as doable with hair typically, is beards are something that's very personal in the sense that the no two beards are the same even if they're similar. So you can actually get, like, just with the way a character's beard grows, you can actually give a lot of hint to them themselves and just give them a bit more character. Like for him, like here, I've just decided that he's just gonna have a bald patch right there because it's just more interesting to look at than to just have hair all over his lower face. And then just gonna have, I don't know, I guess I'll do the stubble on his chin with the line work. So get that going. I need to turn down my line weight down to like 17, 18.
And see,
I do. Go ahead.
if you take a look at the stream now and how I just got the character right now, like
Yeah, I can just all I literally have to do is move my eyes because I've got the screen that I have the stream on is right next to my tablet. Yeah, I see what you've got going there. Right now, you got pretty much her whole upper body, as far as at least skin wise, has got some color on it. And right now, I'm seeing you're adding adding that nice darkness, the shadows all on there. And I'm trying. I just realized that speaking of shadows, I never decided where the light was going to be coming from.
Yeah, that's actually kind of important.
Let's see. He's in a tavern. Also, the moment that came to my brain, like in this image where he's just fucking forearm down on a table, sitting at a chair, this is the moment that he met what would be his wife. And when I designed his wife, I kept in mind being being very different from him. See, where he's what, 7'5" and this fucking hulking beast, but he's a bard. Well, she is she's not as tall. She's like, I think I made her 7 feet because it's hilarious. But she's slim, but she actually is a warrior. She's a fucking what is it, fucking cleric or some shit, and she swings around a big ass mace.
I can just imagine that conversation now. What the fuck did you go to bard school? You're fucking horrible. Be a motherfucking warrior. I can just.
See, that's the fun part. He graduated out of bard school with decent grades. He's just not a very good bard.
Fuck. How? How does that work?
Don't question the rules.
How the fuck does that even work?
Sometimes, the one thing he does have is charm, and I think that's all that matters.
Charm is at 100%, huh?
I don't know about that, but he's definitely charming. Because I don't even know if I still have the stat sheet anymore. Oh, man, I really do want to, but I want to have an adventure with this character. Yeah, in my mind, he sees this other orc who is also ginormous and just slams his forearm down. Is like, sup, and the next thing you know, they have a kid.
Have you ever played Neverwinter?
I don't think so.
It's I think it's based off of D&D. It's like a free to play PlayStation game.
Looking at
It runs off of microtransactions though.
Ew. It's an MMO.
Yep.
Yeah, the art looks familiar, but looking at the images of the game, hold on, this does look familiar. Maybe I have. I feel like I might have played it briefly, for like maybe an hour, but I don't know. I don't know. Definitely looks familiar though. Yeah. I also made a stat sheet for his wife and a design for her, and she whereas this man runs around in basically cloth with only one pauldron and some armor on his fucking on his picking hand. He doesn't really wear armor. She's just fully decked out in a full set of armor, a full suit of armor.
Full plate and shit, huh?
Yep.
So did you draw her with boob armor, or did you think that she was supposed to wear boob armor?
I don't believe I did, but like I said, she's a slender character, so I don't think she probably would have very large breasts anyway.
Yeah, of course she wouldn't. Of course, because you're drawing her. Of course she wouldn't.
Yeah.
You hate tits.
No, I like small tits. I want a titty I can fit in my mouth.
Have you tried? Have you tried? Man. The mouth can't expand.
You would know.
Man, I've G's, dog. G's. That's all I'm gonna say is G's.
You already know I'm an ass man, so
Throw some G's on it.
for me, just imagine exact all the stuff you're saying, but ass, and there you go.
That's too light. Put that on for the base color. I need to actually get some new markers.
See, I'm actually let me turn off my my sketch layer real quick. Yeah, I probably gotta finish it up. So far I think I'm liking these finalized lines. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do any of his stubble or anything like that yet because the lighting is gonna determine how like the stubble on his face and the body hair is gonna look. So I gotta determine that before I can even plan that out. It's actually something I picked up from years ago when I was watching James Ray's YouTube channel. He's a full-on pro, and he worked on a bunch of Transformers comics back in the '90s, and I think he's back. I think after he got his after he got big on YouTube, he started going. He went back and I think now he works with Disney maybe. But he was doing a drawing of Wolverine. You know how Wolverine's a hairy little bastard, and that was one of the hints he gave was that when you're working with lighting, the density of the hair can really help aid with the shadow. So, keeping that in mind.
Well, I'm actually about to end this stream. It's been 2 hours, guys. You saw me actually work on One Piece, finish up One Piece, and start the coloring for the next. If you guys want to help me out, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitch. I want to thank Wajita for jumping in for the chat. And yeah. I need to keep working on this because I want to actually get my graphic novel going. Like it's a big dream of mine to like be able to do a story and do storytelling. And join the Discord, guys. It will you get to see us working on our art a little bit more together and us having more conversations. Anyway, as we go out this time, peace. All right, where's the end stream? Oh, here it goes.
All right, the stream's over, right? So you should be able to.
What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism?
Yeah, they're probably afraid of that because then people don't hate each other, then people start talking to each other, and then they start talking to each other, they find out who's the problem.
Which is?
Greedy people.
Greedy. I have a couple things I want to ask you there. Do you really think that some of the guys that you dealt with at NBC, no names, right? Because there's lawsuits for that too, that some of these guys really want to promote racism actively, or is it a subconscious?
I just think it's part of capitalism, is to promote racism, you know, right? In order to make things work. If you feel better because you're white and you can get a job, you use that. I mean, you know, I would.
Absolutely.
Say, I'm sorry, Jack, but shit, they say I'm white. I'm going to use this.
Right, absolutely.
Get this job. I'm hungry, you know. But, and that separates people. So they keep people separated, and that keeps them from thinking about the real problem. That's as simple as I see it. Probably it's not that simple, but
Now, all right, you and I are about the same age, right? We're in our mid-30s. How long is it going to take before guys who think like you, and I say guys who think like me, people who don't want to have racism in the country, people who don't want to be oppressing any minority, whatever it is, sexual, whatever minority, really get into positions of power and can change things?
you can't get in a position of power, it seems, if you think like that. It seems that the only time you get in a position of power is if you're like the people that are in power. To me, I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, people that get to become executives become like the people that were already executives.
I don't know, maybe...
They go in with good intentions, but it eats them up. It's like a cesspool, you know, it just gets on you and it
The
starts
system
eating.
levels them.
Pretty soon it's
Is
all
that
gone.
what a cesspool sounds like?
Yes.